guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are just going to make a really quick and easy chocolate chip cookie that is basically using all normal ingredients that pretty much everybody has at home. You don't have to go to the store and buy a million different things because this recipe just includes normal everyday ingredients that most people have already in their cupboard. So we are just going to whip together these cookies because they are so delicious, so easy, and again, use just normal everyday ingredients. Okay guys, we're going to be making some vegan chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to be using some date sugar. You can also use brown sugar if you want. I have tried it with brown sugar and it works. I have vegan chocolate chips. These are just mini ones. This is just ground up flour that I do at home, and that's what I'm using as my flour. This is just still a little bit more of the flour that I grind up. And then I'm going to be using these applesauces just because I don't have any other applesauces, so my son is going to donate to my cookie cause. So yeah, I'm going to be using some just plain applesauce, and that's going to be my butter substitute because we are keeping it as low fat as possible. And then just some baking powder. So the only milk that I have on hand right now, let me just turn it to the English side, is this one, and it's a vanilla one. I have done it with plain unsweetened, just regular almond milk. I have also done it with oat milk, and it turns out amazing. I love oat milk. That's actually my favorite, and I also make oat milk at home too sometimes and use it. So but again, this is the only one that I have right now, so that's what I'm going to be using. This is all they had at the store, and yeah, just a little bit of that. I'm just going to preheat the oven to 350 and let that just preheat and do its thing. I'm just breaking down any clumps in the date sugar just because it does get clumpy sometimes. You don't have to be like too particular with it, but even the brown sugar sometimes does that as well, so just break it up. Okay, so now the applesauce is going in. And then all of the date sugar is going in. So that's 2/3 of a cup of the date sugar. And then I have half a cup of the applesauce in there. And then I'm going to go with 1/3 of a cup of the milk. Then we're going to go ahead and add the baking powder so they can get a little bit fluffy. And we're going to add the flour as well to the mixture. So I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I'm going to do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I have 2 1/3 cups of just my oats that are blended, my oat flour. I'll be adding a little bit more of the milk because I feel like the oat flour is quite thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bit more. So you can add more if you want to, but I added 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. If you wanted to, you can go ahead and add more. I just lined my pan with some parchment, and then I am going to add the mixture onto here, and I'm just going to use my little wooden spoon just to scoop it on. And again, the preheated oven is at 350. And I am going to leave some space between these guys because the baking powder will make it expand a bit. And I don't want to make one big cookie, so. Okay, so this is the size I'm going with. They're not like super huge, but again, they are going to expand. And I did sprinkle a few extra little chocolate chips on top. And then these guys are going to go in to the oven. And I'm thinking about 10 minutes, but I am going to check on them. And again, it depends on your oven. It depends, because some ovens get really, really hot really quickly. So you might want to take them out sooner. And other ones are quite weak, so you have to keep an eye on them. But let's see. I'm going to pop it in. Okay guys, so this is how they turned out. I really like them. I decided to make 2 different batches. So one batch that was not flattened out into like a cookie shape, and the other one it was just kind of like dropped on and it's like thicker. I like these ones better, the ones I'm showing you right now. I just like them like thicker and like rounder. The flattened out ones, I mean, they taste the same. They were really good. They're all gone. Every single cookie was gone in like 3 hours. But I prefer them like this, but you decide if you want to flatten them out, go ahead and do so. If not, then just plop them right onto the pan and call it a day. So I'll show you guys in a minute where I put them. I just put them on a cake stand. That's where I always put my baked goods, and then I have it on my kitchen table, and that way people can just grab it whenever they want. It's already there. If I know it's something that, you know, I've made a lot of, then I will put it in a container in the fridge. But again, this stuff doesn't last very long at my house, so I'm not worried about keeping it out and keeping it on the cake stand on the table. So yeah, you decide. If you can't eat them up quick enough, then just keep them in a container in the fridge, and then when you want a treat, you just take it out. So of course, the main reason why I love these cookies is it's all made with simple ingredients, real ingredients, and anything that's store-bought is going to have a million different chemicals. You're not worried about eating these cookies because they're all made with wholesome ingredients. So, I mean, I had teenagers and young children eat them. Everyone really likes them, and it's just basic ingredients and it's healthy. They taste good. So you don't have to put the chocolate chips if you don't want to. If you wanted to use like cranberries or, you know, raisins, you can go ahead and do that and substitute. But because I have so many different ages eating these cookies, I'm throwing in those chocolate chips because it's going to be an added little treat, and it's a lot healthier for them to eat this versus something else. So I use the unsweetened applesauce in these. I usually use banana in my baked goods, but every once in a while I like to substitute and use the applesauce. Not everybody likes banana, and that turns them off from having healthy baked goods. So I decided to just use the applesauce, and that way most people will be happy with the applesauce. You can't taste the apples coming through in the cookie, whereas banana, you usually can taste a hint of that banana in the baked goods. So this makes everybody happy. So that's it, guys. These are my very simple and easy to whip up cookies. Quick and easy cooking as always, and using as little ingredients as possible, and the easiest ingredients that we mostly have on hand at home. So I hope you find that this recipe is a resource for you in case you need to whip up something healthy but a tasty treat at the same time. Thanks again for watching this week, guys. Thank you for all the support and love on the channel, as always, the kind comments, and I love interacting with you guys. Thank you so much for commenting and just, you know, having the community engaged on the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Stay healthy. Love you guys.